and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah. 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 I did my best. It wasn't much. I couldn't feel, so I tried to touch. I've told the truth. I didn't come to fool you. And even though it all went wrong, I'll stand before the Lord of Song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
This guy's probably fought hundreds of thousands of others.
Hello, everyone. Let me get the cancellation again. Sorry, folks, for the delay. It's Sunday. So, hello, everyone. Hope you guys are enjoying your great Sundays and Super Bowls. Hopefully, one of your teams are winning tonight. Of course, today, Andreas Poco guys back again with the awesome and true knowledge himself, Jeff S. How you doing, sir?
Hey, what's up, sir?
Doing pretty good, sir. And yeah, so tonight we're back again to do another awesome movie review over my channel, Andreas Pop Culture Channel Presents. Tonight we're discussing Zack Snyder's Justice League 2021 film.
Hold on, I thought we weren't doing a movie review. That's what you told me.
I mean, is it a review? I mean, we're going beat. I mean,
You said you wanted to compare the two movies.
That's true. We are comparing to the movies, but anyway, thank you for interrupting me, sir. Anyway, but yes, we were, of course, we are going to discuss the Whedon cut and compare and contrast the whole thing. How good one well, actually not really. The Whedon cut took a lot of elements from this, but anyway, has a just refresh everyone's memory on the movie, of the Snyder Cut. I show you the trailer so you can get a full idea of what we're talking about. So, Jeff, let's kind of answer this, sir. What you thought about the Snyder Cut, the whole movement, and then when you saw the trailer I just show you, that the fact that they were going to do it, what was your initial thoughts?
Well, for one thing, I don't like that trailer. I never liked that trailer. I hate that song. I don't like it. I don't like that trailer. I like the other trailer. The other trailer where you see Darkseid in it. You know what I'm talking about? The second trailer.
Yeah, the second trailer. Yeah, I think I remember.
Yeah.
I remember you're talking about.
I like the second trailer much better. There was another trailer, a second trailer that they did. The second Snyder Cut trailer. That was the trailer that I really liked. That was the one that showed Joker and Martian Manhunter.
Yes, I did remember that. Yeah,
in the trailer. So yeah, I like that trailer a lot better. And as far as the whole the whole Snyder Cut build up and all that shit, I really wasn't all that like really a big part of that. Like, you know, I never saw the original Justice League film until like a couple weeks ago with you. You know, like so all I'd ever seen, you know, was the Snyder Cut. That's all I'd ever seen. I heard the first film was so bad that I just never wanted to watch it until just now recently when we watched it and reviewed it, you know? So, you know, I mean, I was never like, I was aware of the whole, you know, where's the Snyder Cut? Bring us the Snyder Cut. You know, I was aware of the whole movement. I was aware of it. I knew it was going on. You know, like I would see the, you know, the stuff on Twitter, and I would see the stuff on YouTube and everything about, you know, about people wanting the Snyder Cut. And then I knew that they were making it. You know, I was aware that they were making it, and I saw, you know, like stuff on TV, you know, showing them like, you know, shooting the new scenes for the movie and everything, you know, and all that. And then I really didn't know what to expect. I mean, like everybody was hyping it up, hyping it up so much that you know, like it was kind of a big deal, you know. And you know, like I said, I did like that second trailer. I really thought that was really, really good. That really like got me into it. The first one, I didn't like it. I didn't like the trailer really that much. But I never saw the Justice League trailers, so I don't even know what those were like. But I mean, overall, watching it and everything, you know, like it met whatever expectations, you know, that you could have for the film, you know. So it was good, and you know, it was definitely you know, worth the wait.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. So, okay, so as I think the audience, if they're watching this, I'm the opposite where Jeff was. See, I seen the Whedon cut, but I never had a chance to see the Snyder cut because I just felt like, you know, it just made it, the whole shared DCEU thing so confusing now. You know, now you got this cut, and it's like, which is now, like, which version is canonical, the Justice League Whedon cut or the Snyder cut, whatever. But then, you know, recently when we did the Whedon cut, you know, review, as Jeff brought up for over there, the MCU Bleeding Edge, I was kind of curious now. I was like, okay, let me check, because just the way you and Cyber brought up a lot of things that were better, and yeah, what better executed than what the Whedon cut we saw and what they did, you know. And you know, just briefly review, I really liked the cut that we got, the Snyder cut. I thought it was really a major improvement over the Whedon cut. We'll go through like the comparisons and differences that I like from this cut more than the Whedon cut. It was far superior. I thought the action was great. The character development of certain characters that didn't get the shine that they deserve, like Cyborg. I think Cyborg was a major improvement, and he was definitely the best thing about the Snyder Cut, which we'll get into. Steppenwolf was a better villain than what he was in the Whedon cut, because he was such a one-dimensional character, where in this cut, he was way more threatening and menacing. And plus, you know, as you were saying, for the Darkseid stuff was way more like integral, and like it was cool to see Darkseid, but also seeing the world building of the new gods, and you know, like all that really has it you know, like just explore more as the setup from Batman v Superman. So but yeah, and sorry about that trailer. I kind of agree with you.
That's okay. I'm just saying. No, I mean I mean, hey, that's the first trailer that they put out. You know, what are you going to do? I'm just saying. I really, me personally, I didn't like it that much.
Yeah, I understand. Like,
it's a song. I don't like the music.
Yeah, first off, he used that song in Watchmen, and like if you've seen the Watchmen movie, he used that in the sex scene between Night Owl and Silk Spectre.
Yeah.
If anyone's seen the 2009 version of Watchmen, so it was weird. again, it was under the nose. Like you understand the sun. It's like, oh my god, hallelujah, we got the cut now. You know, and it's like, no, I don't need that. So I get what you're saying about this trailer. Yeah, not a good trailer. Just like confirms that okay, the cut is like happening. You know.
Well, you obviously you never saw the second trailer. The second trailer was much better because it had a lot of Darkseid in it.
Yeah. I maybe after this I'll check it, you know, and see what it was like. Because I seen this second trailer. It's been a while. Like what, 3 years?
The second trailer is the one that actually shows Darkseid, and he's talking and everything, and you see him jumping out of the ship, and he lands on a planet, and he swings this massive hammer, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And he like destroys the planet with like the hammer swing.
Yeah. I think I remember that part. Yeah. So we'll and speaking of trailers, after we're done with the Snyder Cut. You know, we got some trailer reactions of First Steps, Fantastic Four, and the Thunderbolts. Big Sport. First off, they didn't release a new trailer. It's just this is going to be just the big like sport thing because of the Super Bowl today. But anyway, so let me just real here like the beginning here and like discuss like what was better and what they removed that was like totally unnecessary. So 1,000 years ago, we got a pocket-tinted warlord, Darkseid, and his Parademons to attempt to invade Earth using the combined energies of the three mother boxes to harvest the anti-life equation, which we'll get into. Which that was something they didn't address in Justice League, the Whedon cut. A secret power capable of controlling all the existence. So Darkseid is foiled by the undefined alliance of the gods, the Amazonians, and the Atlanteans, and then the humanity and extra beings. And so the mother boxes are then being separated and hidden in different locations. And then here, this is where we see the opening of this movie, which is different from the Whedon cut here. So the Whedon cut, we just like have this really awful thing of seeing Superman. First time seeing the mustache, like the CGI, mustache thing, that we discussed in the Whedon cut. Here, this is different. We go back to the ending of Batman v Superman, seeing Superman getting killed by Doomsday during the battle, and then you see him screaming, very like using like screaming supersonic boom, and somehow it reactivates the boxes and attracting Steppenwolf, Darkseid's disgraced lieutenant. And Steppenwolf aims to regain Darkseid's favor by gathering the boxes to form the Unity, and which could instantly decimate Earth and turn far into the copy of the homeworld, aka what was it, Apocalypse. So let me stop there. Let's discuss this. I think this opening was so much better than the Whedon cut. I say before. First off, I can't believe that they didn't mention the life equation. That was something that I kind of forgot about. Because the Whedon cut never mentions the anti-life equation. If anyone knows, it's a very powerful thing in the DC universe, and Darkseid always wants to find this anti-life equation to like have more power. And so if you haven't seen like the DC animation universe, that's what he really wants, and this is the same thing here. So he wants the anti-life equation, and so that was really great to see that in this cut of the Snyder Cut. So that was really great. Plus, I like we didn't get that stupid, kids interviewing Superman. Here we go back to the ending of BVS and seeing that his death causes the reactivation of the boxes and letting Steppenwolf come back and get those boxes. I really enjoyed it. You have any thoughts to say here, sir? That maybe I'm forgetting here. I thought this opening was better than usual.
Yeah. They do a much better job. Doing that whole flashback battle against Darkseid. In the Snyder Cut, it's a lot longer. And a lot more happens. and you actually see more of Darkseid. You know what I'm saying? Fighting and everything. You know, like and getting hurt. You know what I mean? And you see more of the old school heroes and all that. It's a bigger battle, so it has more impact on the movie, kind of. And it kind of explains the mother boxes a little bit too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was one of the biggest complaints when we were talking about the original film, right? Is that, you know, throughout the film, they never really explained the mother boxes. In the first movie?
No.
You never really even know. The only way you know what about the mother boxes is if you read the comics. You know? Or like saw the DC animated films or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, besides that, you would not know. But they kind of explain it a lot better in this movie, and in that flashback and everything, they explain it more. You know, and then I mean, I could go down the line. I'm trying to think of what happens at the beginning of the movie, like the whole search of Batman's his whole going out to recruit the team to the Justice League, you know, to put the team together. It's longer and it's much better, well done in Snyder Cut. You know, it's much better. It's longer. You know, it doesn't feel as rushed. You know what I mean? Batman's better in it, I think. You know, and establishes Wonder Woman and everybody gets more screen time in their scenes. The Wonder Woman scene in the beginning is longer, you know.
Yeah,
it's longer. There's more action to it. You know what I mean? More goes on. You know, they give Cyborg a backstory. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you know, right off the bat at the beginning. They do a lot of Snyder does a lot of stuff that really changes the film compared to the original Justice League. You know, you see Lois Lane right off the bat. I felt like she got more screen time in the Snyder Cut too, which I did not. That's one thing I didn't like. That'd be my one complaint with the Snyder Cut. I didn't think it was necessary to have Lois Lane have as much screen time as she does.
Yeah, no, I actually kind of agree with that, because if Warner Bros. Stayed true and like went through the plans with Snyder, I think it could have been way better, because they were setting up that as a sequel for the Justice League Part 2, which we didn't get. So I can understand that, you know, it's kind of there because you're setting up Lois, because, you know, if anyone doesn't know, this movie confirms about the dreams that Bruce had in Batman v Superman, like that future Flash coming at him and saying that Lois is the key. And so in this movie, it really did a great job of like confirming that Lois is the key, you know, because we have another like flashback dream with Bruce about, Cyborg or something like that. He entered the Kryptonian ship, right? And like he had this vision of like what's going to happen, and
Cyborg knows exactly what's going on.
Exactly, and so that's what happened. And then of course, again, Batman has another dream, you know, of him, you know, was it recruiting the Joker and all that, so all that makes sense compared to like, well, really, the Whedon Cut never really addresses the key thing. That it doesn't really.
Is it in Superman's ship that Cyborg is able to like tap in and figure out what the hell's going on, or is it when he's like goes to Star Labs?
No, that's in the Kryptonian ship. Because the Kryptonian ship has his mind on its own, and like they sense the danger of bringing back Superman. So that's how he got that vision, because of that, you know. So
but didn't Batman have that? didn't he have Superman's ship? Batman?
No. Star Labs. You're right. No. Star Labs has the ship. It's still in that middle of like the metropolis that we saw in Batman v Superman.
So when does Batman get he gets it at some point in the film, doesn't he? Doesn't he have it?
We mean like the ship? I mean
Batman, yeah. When they resurrect him, doesn't he have the ship at his like it at his place? Batman?
No. You know what's funny? They had to break in to like do the thing. So like Batman doesn't like he didn't own the ship, so he had to break in to do this whole like resurrection.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I understand where you're coming from. Like, yeah, it's kind of weird that Bruce didn't like had like he has connections right in the government. He could easily like take back the
I thought
Krypton.
he actually had the plane.
Yeah, no, like no. Star Labs has it now, and because it's because originally like Lex Luthor.
No, it makes sense that they would have it. You know what I'm saying? Like I get it. You know what I mean? Like and yeah, they do a great job giving Cyborg somewhat of like a backstory.
Yes,
and that's a really big difference I think for the film. That really changes Cyborg as a character. It gives him a lot more depth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. It gives Ray Fisher more to do, and I feel like he was the heart of the movie. For me, like I thought he performed well. I like his performance. I thought he had better action scenes. Yeah, I really like
you understand him as a character a lot better in Snyder Cut than you do in the original Justice League film. Everybody gets more screen time in Snyder Cut. You know what I'm saying? The battle scenes are longer, like all of them. You know what I mean? Like, the first major battle against Steppenwolf is much longer in Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
The final battle in Snyder Cut is like 3 times longer than it is in Justice League. It's like hella longer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, up and down the film, like Superman. Superman is so much better in the Snyder Cut because he gets more screen time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not complicated.
No, I agreed. Everyone has better screen time, better storylines, which is good. One last thing before we move into like the characters and their like Batman recruiting the Justice League, as we were saying before. The biggest difference, I was surprised about this. You brought up Steppenwolf, Darkseid coming to the land. That was changed from the Whedon cut because remember, in the Whedon cut we see Steppenwolf arriving to Earth to do the the flashback, not Darkseid in that cut. Where here we do see Darkseid, so that was a big surprise for me that Steppenwolf was not there in the first revival of the Darkseid to the world.
That's what I'm saying. They actually in that that other trailer, you actually see a lot of Darkseid, and you see quite a bit of Darkseid in this one, Snyder Cut too.
Yeah,
in that flashback, you see a lot of Darkseid.
Yeah, I was surprised about that, and it was good. I liked it. I thought the flashback was better than what we got from the Whedon cut. And let's get into the recruitment of the Justice League. I agree with you saying, Jeff, because so much better. Like first off, we now go into Steppenwolf going into Paradise Island, the home for Wonder Woman, and they're so much better. Like so much better action. Like what is it? Wonder Woman's mother is a much bigger role in this movie than she was in the Whedon cut. Great fight sequence. I really dug that sequence, and of course, this is how Wonder Woman finds out about the Mother Box, like the rival of Steppenwolf. And so I really like how they did that here. Her throwing throwing that fire arrow thing, which I don't think the Whedon cut did it right. Like no, because it was more. They did.
They did.
Okay. Because I didn't rewatch the Whedon cut, so I was like, whatever, bad cut. So okay, that makes sense. So after that, she informs Bruce Wayne as these two like seek out with the Justice League members. Obviously Bruce Wayne talks to Aquaman, so much better. I really dug that sequence. Speaking of Batman, I think Ben Affleck is way better here. Like you see, he does care about playing the role. Like you can tell from the Whedon cut because the reshoots he did not really care, and like you see him like very like sleepy in the role, and like he just like wrote in his performance there. But here he really cares. So obviously just like the same cut, Arthur saying no, he didn't want to join, right? And then after that, Bruce locates Barry Island. So one thing I will say, I have my nitpick, as you were saying about Lois. I still don't like this Barry Allen. I don't like his like this new cut we got for him, like him getting the job, and like him. Well, I like that he meets Iris. Like that part I did like. I just don't like this version of Barry Allen. He's better than the Whedon cut, I would say. Like his jokes is much better here. I just personally don't like this version of Barry we have here, but it's better than the Whedon cut. I thought, I mean, at least he has better action scenes. But yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I never watched the Flash show or whatever, so I don't know I don't know the comparison or whatever. But you already know. I've told you 100 times. I have no problem with the Flash, the guy that plays the Flash.
Ezra Miller. Yeah.
I have no problem with him. We all agreed that the Flash was a good movie. You remember when we reviewed it, me, you, and Cyber?
Yeah.
We all thought the Flash was pretty good.
Yeah, I like the movie. Not perfect, but it's still a decent movie. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, at least his performance there was good. Like I like how he played in that movie. But at least we got more to do. Like his father, like we got more to deal with in his relationship with his father. That was good. And then again, as you say before, Victor Stone as Cyborg, I thought it was so much better here. I really dug the father-son relationship here. I really like first off the father that is played by the guy from Terminator 2. He's really great. I think everything about that really works. I like how they took his origin story, Cyborg, to the max. So I really dug that. And then here, the whole subplot with the Star Labs being kidnapped by the Parademons was so much better. So seeking the mother box, because the Parademons. Now this made a lot of sense when I was watching this cut, that the Parademons, if anyone was close to the mother box, they can sense that. So that made a lot of sense why they were like kidnapping the Star Labs employees. So that was really cool. And it was really cool for Steppenwolf. By the way, I dug his new design here. He looks way more like cool and better design, more creepier. I really like he has that like little alien tech that like takes the human's mind and like project that they had the mother box around them. That was really cool, or the location and stuff like that. So yeah, so we see like Stephen kills like one of the Atlantean guards to like take the mother box, and here we see him going to Atlantis to take the box and like forcing Arthur to join the group, right? So, and then after that, Victor retrieves the last mother box, which he had hidden, where he reveals that it was used to rebuild his body. That was something I don't think we addressed in the. Well, yeah, I think the Wayne kind of addressed that the mother box helped him rebuild his body, right? It was in detail.
It was explained. They talked about that in the original Justice League.
Yeah, it wasn't in detail like this one was, right? So yeah, and then we see more of like his or like how he got into the accent. That was like the one part we didn't see in the Wayne cut. So we got that. If you know Cyborg, that's like how he usually gets that. It's like either a car accident and stuff like that. So that sequence was really cool. Like we see again, Commissioner Gordon. That was really great. So like that lead up made a lot of sense. And then here, the group realized they can use the box to like resurrect Superman. So that was nice. That was like even that was so much better. How they
hold on. But let me get in there and talk a little bit, because like you're really moving down into the movie now, like and I haven't said anything about.
Go ahead.
You're covering a lot of ground.
Yeah, go ahead.
You covered a lot of ground here. You know what I'm saying? And you're leaving me out. So
I'm sorry, there, sir.
You can't do that. So, anyways, the scenes with Steppenwolf where he goes to Debaskia or whatever, the Amazonian island is much better. Much better done. Looks better. It's longer. The Amazonians are more impressive, and Steppenwolf is 10 times better in this movie than he was in the original Justice League. He looks better.
Yeah.
He sounds better. His voice sounds better.
Yep.
But he looks a lot better, and he's more dangerous as a villain in the fight scenes and stuff like that. He's more nasty, more villainous, than he is in Justice League. He's more of a badass. So and I like the relationship with him and Darkseid too, that you actually get to see in the Snyder Cut. Like that you don't have that in the Justice League. So you don't have that angle. So yeah, I mean, I think Aquaman is handled a lot better, right? Like his development overall. I think all the characters have better development and they're built better up in the Snyder Cut. Arc wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think all the characters do better there in the Snyder Cut. But I think Aquaman is handled better. They do Atlantis better. There's more Atlantis stuff in Snyder Cut, so they actually make he makes more of an effort there with Aquaman, that I think really helps him. And the stuff with Flash in Snyder Cut is whatever. It's the extra stuff that they gave him, those extra scenes or whatever, I mean, they're whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't really do anything for me. It's not make or break for me,
Same here. Same here.
But Wonder Woman's role is bigger in Snyder Cut than it is in Justice League. She has more extra scenes, more dialogue, you know what I mean? Which I enjoy that. I like seeing her, participating and, seeing her on screen more. There's more Alfred also. You see more Alfred in the Snyder Cut. There's more Alfred.
Great.
Yeah, he's involved. Alfred's involved. So there's that angle. And just overall, I mean, at this point in the movie, all the characters are already being done much better in the Snyder Cut than they were in Justice League. Batman's so much better. Bruce Wayne is so much better. You know what I mean? Honestly, that was the Snyder Cut is that's Affleck's best Batman.
Yeah, I agree.
That's his best Batman.
Yeah, and it's so a shame that he didn't get a solo Batman movie, because I think this movie really should.
It is. He could have made a really good solo movie if they would have given him a solo movie.
Yeah, or they had their shit together and make good movies, So it's crazy. And you brought up Wonder Woman. The one thing I actually liked that they did here, I was happy to see that was in the Wii Cup, briefly, was her relationship with Cyborg. I actually like their relationship. I like how she's supporting Cyborg and how she's pushing him to be more of a hero. That aspect from the Wii, from this cut, I really enjoy. That was something that was kind of missing from the Wii cut a little bit. It's briefly there, but it's not full on important in the film. And I thought that was a good addition. And speaking of Aquaman, another thing people probably didn't know, who's the girlfriend that Aquaman has, Mira, she was in the Wii cut, but the one person that wasn't in the Wii cut was Willem Dafoe's character. That was the mentor for him. If you see the first Aquaman,
what's his name from Nosferatu? Willem Dafoe.
Volk, that's his name.
Willem Dafoe is the actor.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe. He's Aquaman's mentor, and we see him here, and he was great. And I like that he was in this movie. We see more, as you were saying for Jeff, more Atlantis stuff. And I mentioned about his half brother, Ocean Master. If you know your Aquaman, comics and whatnot. So that was really good, and I actually I personally I don't know if you've seen the sequel or the first Aquaman movie. I prefer Mirror here her performance was way better here than the two.
You don't remember? I told you I really liked the first Aquaman movie. The second one, I went with my son, and we walked out after like the first 30 minutes. It was so bad.
Oh yeah, you did. Never mind. Well, let's get into Affleck. I like Affleck. He was great here. I love his jokes. I like his premises in this film. I like that we got more Affleck because I love Jeremy Irons. He is a great Affleck. It's kind of sad.
I know. I'm the one that just mentioned Alfred just a minute ago. I said there was a lot more Alfred.
Exactly. Well, I want to address that because I'm a Batman fan, so I like Affleck here. I have a question. Isn't this sequence like we see briefly Martian Manhunter disguising as Martha? Like
yeah, I can't remember when that happens in the movie.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember either. I just finished the cut today, like the last part. So I whatever. We got that. Like we got confirmation that Martian Manhunter is in this universe. That's cool. I'm a big fan of Martian Manhunter. I just kind of wish he was in the team. And he was played by that general from Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. If anyone knows who was playing that, like Martian Manhunter in this movie.
It doesn't matter. It was a waste. It was a waste to even reveal the character. It's never gonna go anywhere.
I know. I don't know what they were doing. I mean, I don't know if it's just Warner Brothers or DC saying, "Look, we need Martian Manhunter," and Justice League. I'm like, dude, you need like you're just following the new 52 Justice League lineup. So whatever. Look, I'm happy he's in this universe. I mean, I agree with you. It was pointless to like even include him there, but like whatever. I was happy that they have him here. Another DC character. I was kind of surprised they have him here. Ryan Choi. If anyone knows, he's actually another version of the Atom, another DC character. He's similar to Ant-Man, where he's another character that shrinks, or grows big. So that was cool that he was like a assistant to Victor Stone's father in Star Labs, and who takes over the operation after Mr. Stone passed away. So. Okay. Anything else in that section? I mean, I think we could cover like that section. I mean,
I can't remember. I mean, you know, like
yeah.
I mean the you know, other than the fact that again, Steppenwolf is really really good, a lot better. You know, better. At this point in the film, like you know, you know, but and then overall, you know, just you know, everybody, all the characters just, you know, get so much more screen time, you know, that there's just so much more development for them in the film. You know what I mean? Yeah. And when they do start coming together, I feel like the dialogue is better in the Snyder Cut between the different Justice League members. I feel like the chit chat, the dialogue is better than it is in the Whedon cut.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, because I mean the Whedon cut is so like everything is about quips. Like that's the thing. Like they were making joke after joke, and it was just not good. Like
Snyder Cut's not as jokey.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know, like they were trying to be the Avengers, and it's like, no, don't do that. You know. So yeah, I agree with that. The dialogue was better. And you know, just last thing with Steppenwolf. I like that Steppenwolf had a motivation. That makes sense because we didn't understand his motivation in the Whedon cut. So I like the motivation here about him trying to redeem himself in front of Darkseid and like help him achieve his goal of taking over the Earth and make it into Apocalypse and all that. And then obviously later on he discovers that the Earth has the life equation, and so he can promise Darkseid to like
but again, the anti-life equation is something that people aren't going to know what that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, no, I think it's really important to mention that the fact that you know, in Snyder Cut, they actually give you know, Steppenwolf purpose. You know, he has a purpose. You know, and that's important for a villain. You know what I mean? To have a purpose. You know what I'm saying? You know, so like that makes that alone, you know, really improves his character a lot. You know, he honestly, he probably out of all the characters, he probably is the most improved character out of everybody.
Yeah,
honestly,
completely.
Everybody.
Yeah, completely agree. Yeah, because like he was so forgettable in the Whedon cut. He was so bad. Here, as you were saying for Jeff, better voice, better character design. Like I like his look here so much better. Like he's menacing.
Oh yeah, they totally redid his voice. His voice is totally different.
Like voice is different, and like his as you're saying before, purpose. He like had a purpose that we like understood, which was something that the Whedon cut didn't have.
And again, the extra screen time you get with him and everything, you know what I'm saying? It fills in the gaps with him a little bit. And seeing him on screen more, like in the battle scene, like, you know, when he's at Themyscira, right, to get the box and all that, you know what I mean? Like hear the dialogue between him and the Amazonians and all that kind of shit, you know what I mean? Like that really helps a lot, like for you to get into the character, you know what I'm saying? Like get into the villain, you know, like it helps to have, you know, that extra screen time, you know what I mean, and the longer scenes and all that, you know. And he just looks so much better. Yeah,
so much better. Like
in Themyscira or whatever, you know, like on the island, like everything is really like lit by the sun in those scenes. You know, it's very like daytime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, you know, and in the first Justice League film, he looks bad. It like, you know, in that, but he doesn't look good.
No, yeah, I mean, because they were trying to light up the film, you know, to be more lighter. Here, like the lighting makes more sense, and like he looks better, and like he doesn't look like a video game character. That's the thing.
And
like,
in the Whedon cut of Justice League, they make him so much more reliable on his battle axe. But then in Snyder Cut, you see him fighting like with his hands, like punching and shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like grabbing people. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he doesn't just use the axe, like, you know, in Snyder Cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I did notice that in the cut. Yeah, he was doing less of the ask, where the Whedon cut, he was using more of it. Which
there's more physical stuff in Whedon cut. He's actually like picking people up and throwing them and shit. You know what I mean? And like, you know, breaking people and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like punching people.
Yeah, and he's much taller here than the Whedon cut. That's
he's much more powerful.
Yeah,
his power level is way up higher in Snyder Cut.
Yeah, no, I agreed. There's like, I agreed with that. Well, and then another thing we should bring up is the Superman resurrection, much better. Like, I mean, let's get into it. Like, you know, they discussed it. I like how we had, like, you're speaking how long these scenes are. Like, we got a long scene of them like dugging up Superman, and I kind of like how like we spent time getting to know like Aquaman, Wonder Woman there, and then like Cyborg and Flash, you know, talking to each other. I really dug that. And then you kind of see how they like need to get into the as you were saying before, you know, the Krypton ship in Star Labs. They had to get in there. You see Cyborg tricking like everyone that some leak has happened, so they had to get out of there. At first, you know, Victor Stone's father thought it was maybe a hack, but then when he sees the Justice League, he, you know, kind of goes along with that thing. So here, you know, the team examines Clark Kent's body, places it into the Krypton ship. They like successfully resurrect him. Really cool moment. So much better than the Whedon cut here. Here's where the Krypton ship like detects something that was really off because of the mother box. And so they saw the vision of what's going to happen if, you know, they did go through this plan of like activating the box, because if they activate the box, Stephen will detect that that's where it is, which we'll see. By the way, so much better. Like, I like how he arrives and like just tears up that place, which is cool. So this is where we see like Clark Kent like fails to remember who he is, and here we see the great scene of him attacking the Justice League. So much better. I dug it. I like that they still kept the Superman like seeing the Flash in slow-mo. That was really great. And then the thing that stops him attacking Batman was Lois Lane. I actually like how Lois Lane arrives here than in the Whedon cut, so that was good. This is where Batman acts more, better here. Then after that, Lois Lane, and then Clark takes takes him to Clark's family home in Smallville. That's the last time we kind of see Superman, so allowing him to regain his memories, right? So that's less we see that a little bit here of Superman regaining his memories in Smallville. And then after that, Steppenwolf does retrieve the last mother box, but not in the lazy way. In the when you cut here, he had to get through it by Victor Stone here, his father, who the only way to help Justice League find where Steppenwolf is at, why where is he and how he's going to do the the whole unity thing. He sacrificed himself completely, so he dies to give Cyborg the locations. And really sad moment. I thought this was really sad and tragic moment that was handled well. I thought this was a really high point of the film. So after allowing this track it without Superman, the 5 heroes discovered where Steppenwolf is probably hitting at by traveling to the abandoned Russian city called I cannot say this name, but is a Russian abandoned city where Steppenwolf aims to form the unity there. Let me stop there. Any thoughts here with the Superman return thing? Steppenwolf getting the it was all good.
Not really. I mean, trying to follow the movie from start to finish or whatever, and talk loosely talk about it all, and compare is tough. I don't know, because I can't remember exactly what happened, during the movie and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, the Superman thing is handled a lot better, like you already said. You already covered that. It's done better. All of it, from the resurrection to to him going to the farm and all that. They add more to that, add more scenes to that stuff, in the Snyder Cut. They add that scene where he flies up to the sun in the black suit, and all that. You know what I mean? That looks really, really cool. As far as Steppenwolf going back to Earth or whatever, to go to that city or whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, I agreed. If everyone knows, we don't have a Russian family that we follow in this cut. That was all Whedon's cut, where we were following this random family in the Russian city that Steppenwolf was in to
that weird family.
Yeah, you remember that was something that Whedon did that was so weird. And so
that was really weird. I know. Yeah. I remember us talking about that during the review, how weird that shit was.
Exactly. So thank goodness that it was in this cut, because
I don't know what that. I never understood what that was supposed to mean. Those Russian people or whatever, trying to get wherever they're trying to go or whatever or some shit.
I don't know. I don't know if he was trying to seeing the perspective on the civilians and seeing this whole fantastical thing. It's I don't know, it's weird.
I guess it was really, really dumb.
Yeah, it was really dumb. It wasn't as cool as you remember in Age of Ultron, we see the police trying to get to the location where the Hulk was attacking that African city. After he gets affected by Scarlet Witch, I think he was trying to do that. Maybe, I don't know, but it was weird. I'm happy it's not in the in this cut, so thank goodness. So that made the much better. Question: do you
Did we skip over the battle scene at Star Labs or whatever, where they have the one major fight?
I mentioned it. I was waiting for you to discuss that if you had any opinion, because I thought it was great.
Oh yeah, I mean, I didn't realize that we'd already passed that. Yeah, they really expand that a lot. There's a lot more fighting, in the Snyder Cut, and it just gives everybody more of a chance to participate in the fight. You know what I mean? everybody gets to do a little bit more, you know. And that just makes the whole Justice League look better. It just makes them better in the film.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, gives them an opportunity for them to be on screen together more. You know what I'm saying? You know, in like a big situation. You know.
Yeah, and plus, like,
Batman really came through big time in that battle.
That's the thing I liked about this guy. It's like Batman went through it. He at least like hold himself, and I was so happy they didn't have that joke where he like, do you bleed? And then like he replied like, oh, something bleeds, something is bleeding, and I was like, oh my god, that was so bad in the Whedon cut. Thank goodness it was not in this cut. That was such a bad joke.
No, he was actually he was actually really effective in that battle. He fought a lot of parademons and shit like that, you know, like hand to hand and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
And he mixed it up with Steppenwolf too.
Yeah, true. He versus Steppenwolf. Question: do you like this movie did those parts, like those like tile cards to tell you like what section we're in the movie, like that weird like part 4, like
it didn't faze me at all. I didn't care. I don't mind that kind of thing. I don't mind stuff like that. It doesn't bother me.
Okay.
I don't mind that when they just when they mark chapters or when there's like print on the screen or whatever, like explaining, you know, where you're at or whatnot. I don't care.
Okay. Because
it doesn't bother me.
I mean, I'm asking because like, I mean, this movie is long, and I thought it was a very great film. I thought it was better than the Whedon cut. I felt like it was unnecessary. I felt like if you cut those out, you made the movie more better pace. But I mean, it didn't bother me either. But I mean, I don't know. It was kind of like weird. Like it's better
what
to
do. You
do.
mean? Adding what do you mean adding the note cards that just like are you talking about where it just had the printed letters like on the screen?
Yeah.
That didn't take up a lot of space.
I mean, it kind of like I don't know. It felt very corny. Like I don't need chapters about like where I'm at. Like I don't know. It was a weird one. That's my other nitpick about that. It was just like I don't know. I don't think we need that.
So you broke it up into chapters. Who cares?
Yeah, it's not like some Tarantino films does it, and it's great in there here. But here it was kind of weird. I don't know. I feel like it was pretentious. Zack to do that. Like he's really trying to be.
In Andor season 1, it's all chopped up like that. There's like big chunks of episodes that are like one story. Then there's another group of episodes. That's another story. You know what I mean? Like that's how Andor is. You know, I told you that before. Sometimes it works like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See, that's fine with Andor, and like it because it's a serialized storyline. That's why that's fine. I meant here, like I get, like I know how the story is going. You know, if I saw the Whedon cut, I just felt like it I don't know. Like I feel like it's unnecessary to do that for this kind of movie.
Why? Because it's a movie.
I mean, yeah, it's a lot of movie. I don't need like chapters to know like where we're at. You know, I don't know.
I've seen other movies where the directors have put in like cars like that before and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's not new.
Yeah.
I've seen that before.
I'm just saying. This is my nitpick. I just don't think it. I don't think we need it in this movie. The others are fine. It's just I don't think we need that. But
That's a very small nitpick, my friend.
Hey. I mean, hey, that's good news. Nitpicks. There's no negatives for this movie compared to the
it doesn't make the movie any longer or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's you know, so you know, and the length is fine anyway. It's not too long. It's, you know, like it's like the 4 hours is fine. You know, like that's how long the story needs. I think, you know what I'm saying? Like for it to work. You know, the way that it works out. And like, you know, and also set up another film like it was supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. No, I have no problem with the pacing. Very good movie. It has a good pace. Also, another thing. we brought up this with Steppenwolf. I think the special effects were so much better in this movie. Like it doesn't look cheap. Like it looks so more like cinematic. Like you see the money in the screen. So that was one thing I did.
Yeah.
You know,
in that first major battle scene, he's really good at that. He looks really good. Like
really good.
He's really tough. Like he's fighting everybody. And all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Aquaman comes in there and he's really good in that scene. When he comes in, you know what I'm saying, and helps out. Chips in. You know what I mean? Like he's helpful. And then Batman brings the crawler to the battle, and that thing is awesome.
Yeah, way better use in this cut than the Whedon cut, because the Whedon cut didn't do much in that cut, and so it was cool to see it more use in this cut, which was really cool. It was cool to see Cyborg.
Oh yeah, in the Snyder cut he used it a lot.
Yeah. So it was really cool. So I really dug that. So we're now in the final act. So this is where the team are going to the Russian city thing. And before we see Superman entering the fight here, so they fight their way through the surrounding Parademons. By the way, the Parademons look way better here than the Whedon cut. Again, more money. And same time, with Superman arriving in time to subdue Steppenwolf. I know there's a lot going on. They had to shut down the shields that's around the dorm. So Batman gets in, he destroys the shields and all that. Much better how they did in the movie. In the Whedon cut, actually, this is different. The Whedon cut, they don't do the shield thing. If everyone remembers, it was more of they were affecting the city with some weird liquid thing, whatever. And here it was more of I don't remember. I don't remember either. I don't know what was going on.
I don't know what you're talking. You lost me with that.
Well, I don't it was weird. Instead of shields, you saw when Steppenwolf was combining the mother boxes, it protrude some crystallized things in the ground, and it was very oozy. It was weird, but anyway, stupid, and it was dumb in the Whedon cut. So this was much better. Everything was just shield. It was just covering so that no one get into the unity and prevent the whole transformation, the terraforming, all that, whatever. So despite Superman arriving in time to do Steppenwolf, Victor fails to prevent the unity, and the planet begins to be destroyed. So this is where we see Barry Allen using the Speed Force to go back in time to reverse the time, in order to provide Victor the necessary charge to break off the mother boxes altogether and separate it. So we see that with the help of Superman, of course. So they work together. So now after that, they work together to kill Steppenwolf. By the way, the death of Steppenwolf were awesome. Love that. It was so cool when Aquaman had his staff and kills stabbing him to the chest, and then Wonder Woman cutting his head off. Really spectacular. And here we see Darkseid opened the portal to enter into Earth if the mission was accomplished. So that didn't happen. So Darkseid vows to return to Earth for the anti-life equation. So again, setting up the sequel we're not going to get. In the aftermath, Bruce Wayne and so here we get the aftermath of okay, the mission is done. Everyone gone their separate ways. So Bruce and Wonder Woman is setting up I think Wayne Manor to be the watchtower for Justice League. Basically the Avengers Tower.
In that second Snyder Cut trailer, it shows Joker. It actually shows, I think, what's his name? What's that one actor? Jared Leto as Joker. In that apocalyptic wasteland or world or whatever, future that Batman sees or whatever. That's where Batman sees the Joker. He sees him there. Yeah. And it's the Jared Leto Joker. You know what I mean? So it's cool to see them together on on screen in the trailer.
Yeah, first time for these versions of Batman Joker to be up, because we didn't get that. Well, if you've seen the Suicide Squad movie, the David Ayer version, they they did, but like they didn't talk. So it was great to see that here. So I agree. That was really cool.
No,
Yeah,
we never really got to see Jared Leto Joker. Unfortunately, I would have liked to have actually seen them actually like play the Joker, and see
I
how
know.
he would have been. You know what I mean? What
Yeah,
they did with him in that one movie was terrible.
yeah, Suicide Squad really
Yeah,
bad.
they barely even used them. It was pathetic.
Yeah, it was really awful, and like he had that tattoo
Yeah,
damage. Oh,
yeah,
it was so bad. He looked better here. I like the long hair. He looked more creepier. Like that was the
yeah,
thing I like here.
yeah. He did. Yeah, he did. He looked a lot older.
Yeah, yeah, a lot older. That was good. And the as Jeff was talking about, this is the nightmare sequence again. So you see
Yeah,
here like Cyborg, Mirror, Deathstroke is there. And then the Flash, the older Flash, as we saw in the BVS in the suit. So that was cool. Um, yeah. So that's what
yeah.
happened.
Yeah, the final battle's a lot longer. There's a lot more fighting and a lot more like build up to the final fight. Like in
Yeah,
Snyder Cut. And everybody gets a chance to fight. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
they get to do more.
yeah,
Cyborg fights more in Snyder Cut. You know what I mean? Like he's more effective. The Flash is in the fight too, like he's fighting, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
In the end, you know what I mean? And Aquaman is good, really good. Wonder Woman is really solid. Wonder Woman is
yeah,
really good in all of Snyder Cut.
yeah, yeah. She's really good in the Snyder Cut. Yeah, I like
She's
her more
really
here.
she makes the Justice League team work, kind of like almost, like she's a big part of the team.
Yeah, yeah,
She's really important in a lot of the big battles, like she's one of their heavy hitters, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But the Superman fight against Steppenwolf is 10 times better in
Oh yeah,
Snyder Cut than it is in Justice League.
yeah. Like what was it? Like it was cool how he used his super breath to like just destroy the ask. That was really cool. And I not to forget, like he's wearing the black suit. That's another big difference from the Wing Cut we had to bring up is that he does wear the
Yeah,
black suit here.
yeah. Where's the black suit? Yep. I mentioned
Yeah,
it earlier. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Oh, thank you, thank you.
He has the black suit out of the Snyder Cut. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I forgot. I didn't hear that. I'm sorry. I just like yeah. So yeah, you have it here, which is good. Yeah. So that was good. Well, let's see. So then, like the aftermath, you see like Arthur meets Willem Dafoe's character Mira before he's going to see his father. That was cool. And then you see Barry forming his like father that he had like a job for Central City Police Department. You got that. And then Victor hears the messages in the recorder about his father to realize his purpose in life. I actually like this speech more than Lois' speech in the first in the Whedon Cut. I thought this speech was better to end the film on, so that was good. And then so that's how the movie ends. Then we get the epilogue, the post-credit scene, where Luthor, Lex Luthor, J.C. Eisenberg's character from BVS comes back. He escaped from Arkham Asylum. He's in a yacht waiting for Slade Wilson. So this is different. So I want to talk about this because this is like, again the Batman solo movie that we didn't get. So initially, from the post-credit scene of the Whedon Cut, it was kind of like confirmed they wanted to do like the Legion of Doom, like the super villain team up against the Justice League, which it didn't happen. But that wasn't really the real post-credit scene. The post-credit scene we were supposed to get in the Snyder Cut was that Lex reveals Batman's true identity to Slade Wilson. And if you guys remember, before Robert Pattinson's The Batman movie was coming out, we were supposed to get Ben Affleck, and his main villain was supposed to be Deathstroke, and we didn't get that. And so it's really sad that we saw that post crazy. I thought that was a great scene. I mean, I thought Joe who's the actor? Joe Manganiello was really good. So I thought that was like a good post credit scene. Then we talked about already the nightmare thing. The last thing is just like seeing Batman getting a by Martian Manhunter, who promised to help prepare for the Darkseid return. Again, it's just a little tease that Martian could be a part of the team in the nearest future, which didn't happen. And that's the end of Justice League Snyder Cut. I mean,
yeah, I don't have anything to say about any of that.
Yeah, I mean, again, there was just there were setups for a sequel that didn't happen. So, promising things, but we didn't get, and that's unfortunate. And that just shows how f up Warner Brothers is. So, let's do ratings before we get into trailer reactions. But I would rate this film a 7.5 out of 10. I think it was better. I think how I rate Justice League, the Whedon Cut, was like a 5 out of 10 I gave, I think. So this is a step up. I think it was good. It's much better than the Whedon Cut. A lot of characters got their chance to shine, especially Cyborg and Wonder Woman. The villain is better. Steppenwolf is way better villain here, more threatening, has a purpose, as Jeff said before. So I think you guys will like this, and this is a great team up. And that's I have to say. Your rating, sir?
I'll give it a 9.
Oh wow, I'm kind of shocked. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you, sir. I really appreciate your rating. Let's. I just want to say thank you everyone for joining us for the Snyder Cut comparisons. Talk of this cut. It was really fun. So now me, Jeff, will take our time and to wrap up by seeing these new trailers from Marvel. Let's get into Marvel, because guess what? His channel is MCU Bleeding Edge, and we should talk about MCU stuff. So anyone knows, I brought up a couple times in this live stream. The Super Bowl is this week, today, Sunday. So far, the Eagles are winning, and so the Chiefs, the Kansas City Chiefs, are losing so bad. So we got new trailers from the MCU. There's one, Jurassic World Rebirth. They got their first teaser. Okay, whatever. I mean, if you're a big fan of Jurassic Park or the World Series, it's the same old, same old. But for MCU, we got our first proper trailer of the Fantastic Four First Steps. I'm really excited to show this to Jeff. And then we got another trailer for the Thunderbolts, which is going to be our last one. So, Jeff, are you excited to talk about Fantastic Four? Let me show you this trailer. And let's go ahead and do it. Let me do the echo cancellation. Okay, right now.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7, on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming?
Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
Okay. Okay, is this guy good or what?
I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious, I just want to add a little bit of zip, okay?
T-5.
Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock.
The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi!
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together. As a family.
Okay. Tell me, Jeff, your opinion, sir. I just want to hear them.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's You gotta turn off the whole cancellation.
Oh, thank you. Okay, you're good. Sorry, go ahead.
It's all right. It's really short. So
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a teaser
really,
trailer.
It's a really short, teaser trailer. So for the little bit that's there, yeah, it looks good. I mean, I'm still trying to get used to my buddy there, Pedro Pascal, B. Richards, like on screen.
Really?
It's kind of,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? Like I've been wondering what he was going to look like. That's one of the things that I've been wondering, in the back of my mind when we finally saw them to get on screen, how is he going to look as Reed? You know what I mean? I think that's the biggest thing with him, with his casting, is that he just doesn't look like Reed Richards, at all. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he does. You know what I'm saying? Comic book Reed Richards, he doesn't look like him. But he's okay. And there's a lot of Invisible Woman in there. I like that. She seems to be it looks like she's going to be a really important part of the team. I don't really know what I think about that scene with Herbie and the Thing. I don't know if that's not really all that funny or anything. Like if that was supposed to be, that's not funny really. But it was cool. It was still cool, and the Thing looks good.
Yeah.
When you see him running down that street and everything, like ready to fight, he looked good.
Yeah. No, I agree. That scene, I think it's just a little meta joke, because the actor that plays the Thing is in this show called The Bear. I don't know if you heard that Hulu show.
I know who he is. I know.
Yeah, and I don't know. I knew this could be flying over your head, that this was like a meta joke about how he's in that show, like he's a cook, and you see the Thing.
Hopefully, when we see him talking more, when we hear more of him talking, hopefully his voice is a little bit deeper. I'd like to see that voice a little deeper.
Yeah. So with that scene, because in a lot of the versions of the Thing, right, his voice change when he becomes the Thing, and this one he doesn't change his voice because he becomes the Thing. He's still the same voice as a human person. That makes sense, because they're trying to make the Thing more human, right? Yeah, he's a monster, but he's still a person. It's just gotten powers,
so he doesn't have that Rocky voice anymore?
No, I mean that wasn't really a thing. It was just something that the animation and the Fantastic Four action movies did that, sir. It doesn't make sense for his voice to change,
I just always assumed that he talked all Rocky and shit because he was made out of rock.
No, it's just them thinking that that's how he is when he changed.
Well, I didn't know. I'm talking about what I always assumed when I was a kid. You know what I mean? I always figured that the Thing talks all gravelly and shit because he's made out of rocks.
Yeah, but I know that's the thing they added in the animation, and of course the other live action Fantastic Four films. But yeah,
it all looks good. The Human Torch looks really good. He looks great.
Yeah, he looks really great. I don't know, you've seen Quiet Place Day 1, Joshua Quinn. He looks really good. You haven't seen Stranger Things Season 4. That was his break.
I stopped watching Stranger Things after the first season, so I never saw him, but I've heard about him, and I saw Galactus there at the end. That was cool.
Yes, that was when I was so happy with this trailer, when I saw Galactus in full on comic book accurate. Galactus.
But he should be taller than that, though.
Yeah, but you have to understand, when he goes, he can, just like Ant-Man, he can size himself to be in a portion. So that's what's going on. He can do that. So that's why he's in that size. We're definitely going to see a taller Galactus, suggest the Internals, the Celestials we saw in the ending. He's going to be that size.
I want to see Eater of Worlds Galactus size. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We're going to see that. I think we're going to see that in the movie. It's just we just saw that shot where he probably going to go into the Earth and size himself, to do whatever, right?
Yeah. I mean, hey, if Galactus is going to be really be the villain of the film, like that could be really, really good.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. Good, because I didn't like what they did with him. And
they got Antonio Banderas to come in and do Galactus.
Oh, you brought up Nosferatu. The Willem Dafoe's friend that was in Nosferatu, he's going to be Galactus.
That's okay. That guy. Okay.
Yeah, his friend in the movie that helps him investigate.
Okay. Okay, you're right. I remember now. I remember when we actually covered that actor was gonna voice Galactus. I remember that now. We covered it one night on Monday night.
Exactly. So he's gonna voice Galactus. If anyone knows, that's Hinds. What else?
The only thing we didn't see was the female Silver Surfer. That's the only thing they didn't show us.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see Mr. Fantastic's stretchy powers. I mean, they're still working on the film.
Yeah. We didn't see that either.
So I understand that.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. I think for me, Mr. Fantastic is I think it's better to see his intellect.
We got to hear him talk and everything. You know what I'm saying, and see him on screen a little bit. It was good.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think this is my second. For superhero excitement, this is my second after Superman. First off, this is going to be directed by Matt Shakman from WandaVision, so I'm really excited. I like the retro 60, trying to hallmark the Silver Age comic books of Marvel when they first started, so that's really good to see that in the trailer. I love the costumes towards the end, as you saw, very.
As long as it's presented well, as long as that's done well.
Yeah, I think they're nailing the family. That's the very important thing about the Fantastic Four. And
it has to be real world yet retro at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just think of it as how the Tim Burton Batman films were in this weird time. That's what they're trying to do here.
No, I understand that they're going to have their own dimension. I get it. They're setting up, the Avengers movies and all that. You know what I'm saying? With all the multiverse shit.
Yeah. And that's another good thing. I like you brought up the multiverse. It's great that we're spending time on another world, because that's the thing I did not like about so far the multiverse saga. It's we're not spending time with different.
I guess it kind of makes sense to bring the Fantastic Four into the MCU from another dimension, because how else would you incorporate them into the MCU? You know what I mean? Wouldn't they have already been there? You know what I mean? Wouldn't they already be there by now? You know what I'm saying? In real life, in the MCU, you'd already have them. So you almost have to bring them over from another dimension. You know what I mean? Or whatever, Yeah,
I agreed. I felt like it always makes sense to bring them over, because if you put them, if they were already in the MCU, it was going to be weird, how many people didn't hear them, how they never heard of them, It
makes you wonder what their plan is, for how they're going to transfer them over from where they're going to go from their dimension to after that. Are they going to go over to our 616 dimension? Are they going to go to Battle World or something you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? We don't know, we don't know what's going to happen, because the movie's going to come out, it's going to end, they're going to get, Galactus is going to destroy their world or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, or something like that's going to happen, and they have to leave the dimension or some shit for whatever reason, and they're going to end up in limbo, going to another dimension or whatever, you know what I mean? And that's going to be the end of the movie.
Yeah, no. I think that's how that's going to happen. Galactus destroyed their Earth, and that's how they get into, the convergence, right? Their Earth is affected by a convergence by Galactus, and then they go to
the convergences wouldn't be from Galactus; they would just be happening. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Because think about it. Think about Doctor Strange too. You know what I mean? The convergences or whatever just happened, those, because of all kinds of different reasons.
Yeah, two worlds collide, as the other Fantastic
with the two dimensions push up against each other.
Yeah. So
that's what happens when you have more of the excursions or whatever, the incursions or whatever. When you have lots of them, eventually that's what it leads to.
Yeah, that's true. So my bad. I think that's not.
I don't know if they're going to be doing the incursions in this film.
I don't know. It could be differently, or something else happens that they had to be roped in. But we'll see. We got a couple.
I don't know. It's weird because Galactus just eats worlds. He doesn't eat whole universes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but they can change that if he feels like, because we haven't talked about, like, we don't know if they're gonna bring in Franklin. If the reason that Galactus is coming is maybe because of Franklin, because remember, Franklin is an Omega level mutant. So I mean,
that's too much to do in one movie. To have Galactus show up and also want Galactus to want to get Franklin and recruit him or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Well, there's evidence that's kind of gonna happen.
Galactus doesn't recruit people, for one thing. Galactus is Galactus. He just does his own shit. He doesn't team up with anybody.
No, he doesn't want Franklin to team up. Like, he wants to destroy him because he could be a potential threat to, there's not going to be enough movie for them to go that far. We'll see, but there's hints of that. But we can leave the topic and maybe discuss more of that in later.
Adding the Franklin Richards dynamic on any major level would really take up a lot of film.
Yeah, well, I don't think this is going to be a long movie. I think this is only going to be like a 2 hour and 15-minute movie. Maybe true. Well, we'll see. I mean, it's coming out July 25, the end of July, so we'll see if they're going to do, Franklin or not. There's some, just looking at the breakdowns and everything, I think there is.
They can introduce Franklin as just Franklin without even having powers or anything like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
He can just be there as the child. You know what I mean?
No, I think that's what I'm trying. That's probably what I'm trying to reword it. We're just probably getting a baby Franklin, not a full-on kid. No, not yet. I think we're just getting a baby Franklin in this movie, and whatever happens, if his powers does benefit, because remember,
yeah, if they have him born, they're gonna eventually use him. I'm just saying it's not gonna happen in this movie. I don't see that as being a part of what they want to tell in the story. You know what I'm saying? What they're trying to develop the Fantastic Four as a team. You know what I mean? Adding a powered up Franklin Richards, that brings a whole side thing to the movie. You know what I mean? It's too much.
Yeah. That's true. Anything else with First Step, sir?
That's all I got.
All right, let's get into Thunderbolts and then head out.
Let's talk facts. The Avengers are not coming. Who will keep the American people safe?
There's some big threat out there. And you are gonna help me stop it.
Wait, us?
Yeah, you. Why, you got someplace to be?
I love that guy.
So none of us comply? So what, do we all just punch and shoot?
I can't think of a worse group of people trying to work together.
Stop! Please, John, stop!
Where were you?
Where are you?
Everyone here has done bad things. You can't escape the past. Hey, it's like your mind is somewhere else.
So you can do something about it now, or live with it forever.
This could get messy.
No shit. You thought you were gonna be some great saviors? You can't even save yourself.
We can't do this. No one here is a hero.
Lena, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes. That's why we need each other.
Okay, that was really good.
We are the Thunderbolts!
Can't call ourselves that.
God, thank you.
This has makings of team that can
brings to glory. Bring light from the darkness. This team can be the heroes on the Wheaties box with a little kitty toy.
Alexei, have you slept?
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
I'd like not to die today, so maybe somebody else should be driving.
That's the Thunderbolts Super Bowl teaser. Any thoughts, sir, with that?
Why don't you go first?
Oh, me. Well, I
turn off your echo cancellation first.
Hold on. Wait. Okay. All right. Thank you, sir. Oh God, happens every other time. Okay. So, I'm very excited for Thunderbolts. I think I'm very excited for this one over, Captain 4. I just love seeing the characters from the various films that we like. Alea. It's great to see her. Red Guardian, Ghost. It's great to see Ghost again. John Walker from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and of course Bucky. I'm very excited to see Bucky again. Congrats on Sebastian on his Oscar nomination for The Apprentice. So I'm very happy for him. So I'm very excited to see that. The fact that we see briefly, it hasn't been confirmed yet. Sentry, I guess he's going to be the main villain for this film.
That was him in the trailer, blowing the one dude out of the building and all that shit. That was him.
Yeah, that was him. We see the cape. I mean, we see him flying one shot. So that was really cool. And obviously, if you haven't read the comic books, the Avengers Tower was in the comic books was like a Sentry headquarters before it became Avengers Tower. So seeing the Avengers Tower becoming like a Sentry headquarters there makes a lot of sense now. So I'm really excited. I thought this was a good trailer. I like that it's going to be a fun MCU film, because we're gonna get a dark film with Captain America 4 in next week. So I'm really excited for this film. Any thoughts, sir? I mean, I like the music choice here in this teaser trailer. So that's good.
We'll see how dark Captain America 4 is. The Thunderbolts trailer looks good. Not a little bit better than the first one, but not much. It was cool that they finally they didn't show much of what's his name?
The Sentry.
They didn't show the Sentry very much, but the little bit they did show of him was good. It was a nice teaser. You know what I'm saying? For what he can do. You know what I mean? Because he's super powerful. That's why they're getting their asses kicked in the trailer, is because they're fighting him. You know what I mean? I'd like to see Taskmaster more in the trailers. You know what I'm saying? You don't see Taskmaster really doing anything. You know what I mean? I like that they actually showed them all at the end of the trailer, and they showed their names for people to be able to know who they are. I like that part. You know what I'm saying? That was cool. To make it a little bit easier for people to know who they all are. I thought Bucky was really good in the trailer. Sentry broke his arm off there at that one point. I thought that he was good. I thought that the Red Guardian was really good. He was less funny, but actually serious in this one. And I liked him. And Yelena looks great. She's going to be great in the film.
No, I agree.
She's obviously the leader of the team. You know what I'm saying? And I like that scene at the beginning with Vale addressing those people or whatever that is. That was cool. I don't know what's going on there, but I liked it. You know what I'm saying? There's no Avengers. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I agree. I did like that. I heard rumors, or people have been talking about this. I think Taskmaster is going to be the Slipknot for the Thunderbolts. She's going to be taken out, because the fact that we haven't seen Taskmaster talk. I mean, because remember, Taskmaster does talk in the comic books and other stuff, and so it's kind of weird we haven't heard like this character talk.
This Taskmaster doesn't talk. You remember from the Black Widow movie? She don't talk.
Well, she didn't talk because she was mind controlled, and when Black Widow freed her from that stupid like,
I'm pretty sure they're gonna carry that over.
Oh, really? Okay. I don't know. I don't think I don't think they care about this Taskmaster.
I think if she can talk, you already would have heard her talk by now in the trailers.
True. I don't know. I just have a feeling she's gonna be expendable.
She's gonna be deaf, a deaf character.
Okay. All right. That seems reasonable. I just personally
just like Black Widow. It's gonna be the same shit. I'm telling you.
But that's I guess that's weird because like she did talk at the end of that movie. That doesn't anyway.
Yeah, we'll but see. She fell, dude. She fell out of fucking that station like 10,000 feet above the ground and fell fucking straight down and hit the ground, bro, with no parachute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
now she's fucked up, bro. Now she can't hear anymore.
No, get out of here. That's not how you get deaf. Oh my god, that's sad. You're so funny, sir. You're a funny man.
She fell fucking like 10,000 feet, bro, with no parachute and hit the ground.
Oh my god. I seen the film, but no, she survived there so quickly. Like she did the superhero landing. But I don't know. It's been a while.
So you think that because Black Widow released her from the mind control or whatever, she should be able to talk?
I'm trying to remember. She say a word to Black Widow.
She did? She talked at the end of the Black Widow?
Yeah, it was like one word or something like that. I need to rewatch the movie. I need to double check, and I'll let you know if you're right or not. Okay. So
she was like White Vision's penis.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious. Oh god. Anyway, well,
I remember her kind of like mouthing words or whatever, you know what I mean? But like not really talking, you know?
No, it wasn't talking. I think you're right on point. Like she was mumbling with something. I don't know.
She probably talks by now. I'm sure she's talking in the movie, probably. You know what I'm saying? Like we just haven't seen her yet, you know?
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
but she probably doesn't say very much. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know?
True. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. Like I have this feeling that she's not going to be in the film like for long, and like I you know like Marvel Studios had done this for a while, like tricked us if, like in the trailers, like something is not really there. You know, like we thought the Hulk was in Wakanda in Infinity War, but he wasn't. You know,
they're gonna have to set up Taskmaster, you know, with like a little bit of like background or whatever, you know, to fill in the gaps between Black Widow and like, you know, what's going on in the Thunderbolts. You know what I mean? Like they need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like they need to explain her character a little bit, you know, in the beginning of the movie, just to set her up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like we need to know what she's doing at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is she doing now? Like after what happened in Black Widow, you know what I'm saying? Like what, you know, like it'd be nice. Hopefully they'll have that, like, you know, like a 5-minute thing or whatever, you know?
Yeah, hopefully, because you know I think it's potential to improve her from Black Widow movie, so we'll see.
Well, I mean, you know, because she out of all the Thunderbolts, we've seen the least of her on screen out of everybody, pretty much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like it's the same thing with Ghost. They're going to have to do a good job with Ghost. You know, like Ghost can be a good character. You know,
and we heard her like talk in the trailers. You know, she didn't talk here, but like she talked in the other last 2 trailers that we saw. But yeah, we'll see. I think we'll see how they handle Taskmaster because
I think it's probably going to be a long movie because they're going to have to fit a lot into it.
Oh really? I think this movie is going to be like a little shorter than Fantastic Four. I think Fantastic Four is going to be longer. Where I think this movie is going to be like under 2 hours, like good 2 hours, like fun, you know.
Under 2 hours.
Not like under 2 hours, like at least 2 hours, like not like long 2 hours, like just a good like 2 hours of like fun action pack, you know, like I don't know, James Bond or Mission Impossible or something like that. But I don't know.
I think if I had to bet money, I'd say it'll be closer to 2 hours and 30 minutes than it'll be 2 hours.
Okay. I will predict it'll be like 2 hours and 20 minutes. Like that's what I think, or 25 minutes around there. So.
Most MCU Marvel fans can handle 2.5 hours. You know, they're used to it by now. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. You know?
Yeah. That's true. All right. Anything else?
But you never know. You know, Fantastic Four could be a really long film. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I could be wrong about that. That it could be 2 hours and 40 minutes long or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? You know? You know, I mean, but it can't be too long because they're still making it right now and it's coming out in a couple months. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, it can't be too long. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I kind of agree.
You know, the Thunderbolts, yeah, I mean, you know, like I'm excited for it and everything, you know, like I'm wondering how it's going to make out box office wise and everything, like how it's going to do, you know what I mean? Like for with a mass audience and all that, you know, hopefully they'll do another trailer, after this one, you know, like one more, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like around like April before it released, like, you know, or towards the end of March, maybe. So, yeah, I think it will do well. I mean, this and Fantastic Four had less drama behind scenes. It has been like so far good, you know, and I think everyone.
Oh yeah, the Thunderbolts production was totally squeaky clean. There wasn't any problems.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna be fine. And plus,
we didn't hear nothing. It was crickets.
Yeah.
During that production.
Yeah, like the only thing that was like it wasn't a drama. It was just like the strike, like affected the casting, and like there were initial casting that was supposed to be for Thunderbolts that didn't happen. Like Stevie Yeun from The Walking Dead.
I know. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, like it was just that, and then that was it. You know, and that's fine. It happens a lot in movies.
Yeah, he would have played what's
Sentry.
his name? Sentry. Yeah.
Yeah. It was played by the other Top Gun actor from Maverick.
I can't remember what the project was that Stephen Yeun is on that was more important or whatever, but like there was something else he was doing.
Yeah. Oh no, it was before. Like it was like he wanted to do Thunderbolts, but it was just like schedule conflict. But then the rights came, like the strike happened, and so
that's what I'm saying. That's when he said scheduling conflict. That means there was something else he had to do. You know what I mean? Like obviously, you know what I'm saying. So I'm wondering what it was. You know what I mean? Like you know, like what project was it or whatever that like you know that he needed to be on or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you know, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah. No, I understand.
He might be on something right now. I don't keep track. You know what I'm saying? He could be on a show right now and I wouldn't even know it. You know what I mean? You never know, you know? But yeah, I mean, the Thunderbolts looks good, you know? I'm excited about it. I've been excited about it ever since they said they were going to make it. I thought it was a great idea, you know? And it looks dark. It does look dark. It looks gritty. It looks like a hard PG-13 Marvel movie, you know, like not rated R, but like a hard PG-13 Marvel movie, you know. And you know, we'll have to see. It's going to boil down to how well the team works, like on screen, you know, like as a team, the Thunderbolts, you know, like how they play out together. Like I think that's what's going to matter. You know what I'm saying? Like you know.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree. I think so far with the trailers, like you can't see the chemistry between these actors, so that's good. And plus, these actors already kind of interacted with each other. You know, obviously John Walker has interacted with Bucky, and obviously you know Brad Gargan and excuse me,
John Walker could be really good in this. He could be a dark horse kind of like character in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, because honestly, he was really good in Captain America and the Winter Soldier. He was good. You know, like he was my Monica Rambeau Award winner for that series. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like because he was really good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, even though they made him look like a bad guy, he still looked really good in the series. He was great. I think he surprised a lot of people. So I think he could be a really surprising factor. In the trailer, he was great. He looked great.
Yeah, and he was funny too. I just love that.
He's got some good humor. He's got some good comedic chops.
Yeah, and like I know I agree with you. You know, despite like he, you know, making him bad, he was still a relatable character. And like, you know, he was just trying his best. You know,
there's some connections. You know, Yelena knows Taskmaster. You know what I'm saying? You know, you know what I mean? And Ghost is an assassin or whatever, you know, probably again. So like Yelena's assassin. So they might know each other from being assassins or whatever, you know, they could know each other too. You know, and then, you know, Red Guardian knows who the Winter Soldier is because it's like, remember from What If, like, you know, like the Winter Soldier's like his hero, you know what I mean? Or whatever, you know, from like back when he was in Russia, you know what I'm saying? So he knows who he is. That's why in the trailer, he was all like, you know, psyched up and everything, you know, like, with what they got caught by Bucky or whatever. So you know, like there's a connection there. Like they'll get along. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. And that road did remind me of the What If episode where Guardian teams up with Winter Soldier. Yeah, so yeah, that is true. Yeah, good.
Yeah, I would expect there to be chemistry between them, like on screen. You know, like they'll probably have a relationship. You know what I mean? Like they'll have a dynamic. You know. Bucky and Yelena are going to have a dynamic too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agreed. And it's going to be the like trying to think. Yeah, it's going to be the most
because it seems like Bucky's kind of in the lead too. Like he's kind of in charge too. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, because he's been like the most experienced out of them. I mean. You know, he's been a trained assassin.
It looks like he's tracking them down in the beginning of the movie, like he's looking for them or whatever, and he finds them. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, and he grabs them up. You know, then they team up after that.
Yeah, I think that's gonna want to happen.
Because they catch him in the first trailer. Remember in that car, he shoots that disc bomb underneath the car and blows it up.
Yep, just like the Winter Soldier in his first appearance. Yeah. No, I think that's definitely accurate for like what we're gonna see in the movie. But yeah,
and then I don't know if after that, what you see in that first trailer, I don't know if that where they all come together and they get like caught, you know, like they get attacked in that warehouse or whatever. I don't know if that happens after.
I think with these new trailers, I think that's gonna happen after that warehouse attack because Sentry was in the car. Oh no, like has to be like before because something.
Sentry was in. He's at the end of that warehouse scene. He like pops up and he's like, "I'm Bob."
Yeah. So I'm curious where he's at during that chase because it seems like it's like after that or like somewhere in the film that's maybe in a warehouse or something like that. But we'll see. Anyway, anything else before I plug you out, sir?
No, I mean you don't gotta plug me out, sir. I mean, we're doing Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man tomorrow night. That's pretty much it. You know, we've got Constantine on Friday.
That's cool.
And that's all.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that.
Besides that, sir, that's pretty much it.
Yes. So I want to say thank you, sir. Let me stop the share here. Just want to say thank you, Jeff, for joining me today for this awesome live stream review of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Thank you for taking your time to do these trailer reactions. This week was big for Marvel, and I thought these trailers were good.
Most definitely. If I hit you up to do them over on the bleeding edge, just come back and reciprocate and come back and do it with me over there.
Yeah, and I'll be happy to discuss them again because they were fun trailers. I thought they were good.
Yeah, oh yeah, they are. I'm glad you showed them to me. I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah. So yes, as Jeff said before, tomorrow we have the your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I'm going to moderate tomorrow as well. Episode 3 and 4, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 3 and 4, And of course, Friday we're going to review Constantine, which is great. That's the DC film starring Keanu Reeves, directed by Furnace Lawrence. A great film. I love it. It's a good DC film. Very good film.
I didn't know there was a TV show. Ryan told me that they did a TV show. I didn't know about that.
Yes,
he said it only lasted one season.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It was a really good season. I think you will like it. Matt Ryan plays the character, very comic book accurate. Really good. I think you will like it. It's
you know what I've never watched that I want to watch is Cloak and Dagger. I never saw Cloak and Dagger.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that.
You never watched it either?
No, it was just it was just too much.
That was that one that they made on that one weird network. That one network. I've never even heard of it before.
Freeform. It was
Freeform. Yeah.
Yeah. It was originally ABC Family, and then they changed it to Freeform because at that point they were like aiming at teenagers now. So I was like, okay, whatever.
Oh, is that why they named it Freeform?
Yeah. That's why it was like because they were doing ritual programming, and it became more focused on like comedy / teenager focus, drama.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. It's like the CW, but
I always really thought Cloak and Dagger were really cool in the comic books. You know what I'm saying? Like they had cool powers,
Yeah, they were really cool. Yeah, and I mean, we saw them.
It was always neat whenever they would pop up in the comic book, and make a guest appearance or whatever,
Yeah.
That's how I used to always see them in the comics, was when they would just pop up in somebody's random comic book. You know what I mean? Like they'd pop up, and do a guest appearance or whatever,
Yeah, because I think they were initially appear in the Spider-Man comic book, right? And
they had a comic book run of their own for a while, but it got canceled after so many episodes.
Yeah. We'll see.
I don't know how far it went, you know what I mean? But I don't think it went that far,
No, I need to check because I don't know how long.
I'm not sure where they originated from. It might have been Spider-Man. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'd have to look that one up. I'm not sure where the first appearance of Cloak and Dagger was.
Let me check now because because it's either that or the X-Men, because I don't remember if they're mutants too. That's the other thing. Hold on, let me double check their characters. Yes. So they first appear in the Spider-Man comic book. They were in the Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man issue 64, March of 19.
Oh, okay, Spectacular Spider-Man. I used to collect that one.
Yeah. So
Spectacular Spider-Man. I used to get that one in the mail.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Not in the 80s, in the 90s.
In the 90s. Oh, okay. Oh,
that's surprising that Cloak and Dagger first appeared in Spider-Man. What a weird place for them to appear.
Yeah, but it's not the first time. I mean, people forget the Punisher first appeared in the Spider-Man. So that was. I mean, he was a villain before he became an anti-hero.
Yeah, I think after their first appearance in 1982, I think they just basically kind of bounced around from different comics, and they would guest appear,
Yeah, they were in the New Warriors, Marvel Knights, and Secret Defenders.
Were they in the New Warriors?
Let me check here. They were in Secret Avengers. I don't see New Warriors. I think that was something else. Yeah.
Got me looking this shit up now.
Yeah, I'm looking at it too. The Runaways, they appear in the Runaways, Secret Invasion, all that. Anyway, let's end it. I need
they were given their own 4-issue limited series.
Okay.
In 1983. Prompting Marvel Comics to launch an ongoing bi-monthly Cloak and Dagger series in 85. So they had a series in '85, and then let's see, it went as far as I guess issue 11. Then they stopped it.
Okay, that's what they say here.
Yeah. Marvel combined the bi-monthly titles Cloak and Dagger and Doctor Strange into the monthly revival of the double feature series Strange Tales. Remember Strange Tales?
Yeah, that's where Thor came out. That's where Doctor Strange was in. Yeah, I know Strange Tales. It's a good book.
Yeah, I remember buying some Strange Tales when I was a kid.
Yeah, and that's where I think, that's where Iron Man first appeared as well. Yeah, that title is where like a lot of the other Marvel characters appeared. Strange and Thor.
Yeah, so it says that they appeared in the Runaways or whatever, you know. Didn't they have a Runaways TV show?
Yeah, they had 2 seasons in Freeform, and then they came back in the Runaways TV show in Hulu in the 3rd final season.
They came back in what?
In the TV show The Runaways in Hulu.
Oh, they did another season on Hulu? They did a 3rd season?
Yeah, and they guest star in that show.
Was that the show that was really bad, or was that a different Marvel TV show?
That was a different Marvel. You're mixing up with the Inhumans.
The Inhumans one. What was that one called?
That was called the Inhumans. That's the ABC.
It's called the Inhumans.
Yeah, and then
that was one that was really bad.
Yeah, really bad. I mean, that and Iron Fist was really bad. The Runaways was good. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I know. I never watched Iron Fist because I heard it was so bad.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that was good. All right. Anything else? Let's just call it a night.
Danny Rand fucked it up, baby.
Yeah. Well, we're not gonna get Danny Rand anymore. All right, Jeff.
All right, sir. All right. I'll see you later, sir. Bye, everybody.
Good night.
We'll see you later.